talking politics with people unlike ourselves, which are designed to help the progressives be more effective and persuasive when talking with people who may not share their political views. She co-founded Commonweal Institute in 2001, along with her late husband, Leonard Sell, in an effort to change America's political environment. A public health physician by training, Dr. Forrest was a consultant to the pharmaceutical, biotechnology, and diagnostics industries for over 20 years, and with a strong emphasis on marketing strategy, market research, and product safety, and to both nonprofit and governmental organizations regarding health issues. Dr. Forrest's professional experience also includes training, psychosocial research, and clinical medicine. Her previous positions include Principal Research Scientist, American Institutes for Research, Palo Alto, Associate Medical Director, Syntax, Medical Director of a large Planned Parenthood affiliate, and Assistant Professor of Public Health and Medical Computer Science at Yale University. She founded and was the first director of the Office of Women in Medicine at Yale University. She holds a BA, MD, and MPH, which I would like the MPH to be explained, degrees from Harvard University and board certified in preventive medicine. So we are very honored and privileged to have Kate with us here today to give us some additional tools for our toolbox. Thanks so much.
I'm really glad to be here with all of you today. It's going to be a pretty informal session. There will be short periods where I'm doing some lecture-y kind of talk, and a lot of times when we're going to be interacting with each other. With regard to the Commonweal Institute things, if you wanted to find out any more about those, there are a couple of different items that are out there on the table where you came in. You can take a look at them when you go. The reason we started doing these workshops in general was that we knew that we were not going to be able to accomplish things arguing with people. You don't change many minds doing that. And instead, you have to begin to get into a back and forth kind of dialogue where you can find out what's happening with the other person and then kind of tap into it. And I got started thinking about, you know, there are models that are being used for behavior change in the health arena. Get people off drugs, help them lose weight, help them get out of dysfunctional relationships. And I wonder if some of that stuff could be applicable in the arena of political life. Looked around, observed what was going on with people, and I said, you know, it's the same thing. There's a kind of a constant pattern that people follow as they're changing their behavior. And I'll be explaining that to you. What I'd like to do first, though, so be sure that we touch on this today, is I want to take some ideas of whom you would like to be able to talk with. I mean, if there's somebody in your mind or some category of people in your mind that you want to be able to talk with these people, let me know who it is. Anybody have somebody you want to talk with? Sure.
I say this with a sigh. Christian. I hate to say this, but there are many ignorant Christians out there, and I feel that, I mean, it's not only this subject, marriage equality, it's many things.
Okay, so we'll call it ignorant. And we can separate maybe the ignorant, because there can also be other motivations, from people who have religious beliefs, strong religious beliefs.
And it's not just Christians, too.
Right, that's right. That's why, yeah, because you can certainly find other religious groups. Okay, anybody else?
Along the same lines, I have a large extended Mormon family.
Extended, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll put that in there, because that's sort of, it's kind of a double whammy.
Yeah.
On that one, extended Mormon family. Because there you're wanting to talk with family members, and adding into that is the whole religious context, which is so strong in the family. I'll get to you in a sec. Yeah?
Oh, legislators.
Legislators, okay. And you, sir?
Well, a special category of religious believers who have a highly authoritative concept of hierarchical Catholics, is what I'm thinking of, who are reliant on their priest, the bishop, and the pope as their as a living religious standard, more than their personal belief system.
Okay, I'll call that an authoritarian setup, where the whole thing is authoritarian by its nature, yeah.
I wouldn't say unreceptive groups, but I would say more groups who have a, let me see if I can see. I had the word in mind. They're just not, they don't know gay people, so what's the word?
Okay,
here?
don't know
Yeah,
gay
lack of exposure.
Don't know, okay.
Unexposed groups.
That are complacent.
Unexposed receptive groups.
Okay, so people who just don't have to know LGBT, yeah.
Haters.
What?
Haters.
Haters.
People who listen to Rush Limbaugh.
Pardon?
People who listen to Rush Limbaugh.
Oh,
Why bother?
You laugh.
oh no. So that's a category, it's called Limbaugh listeners. We know about those, they're all over the place, yes?
Teenagers that maybe aren't quite politically active yet.
They're what?
Teenagers that aren't, that don't have formed views on their outside issue. And
Okay.
they're apathetic, but
Okay, so this was teens who may be apathetic or unformed in their opinions, right? There's some,
people who feel that by talking to me, they lose something, either part of themselves or I threaten them.
who feel threatened and as if they might lose something by actually speaking with somebody. So that they're jeopardized by the conversation.
Couldn't you say that about every,
Pardon?
couldn't you say that about everybody that's up above that line?
Kind of gets more deeper, I think.
Well, some people feel more threatened than others, and it could be for a variety of reasons. Yeah.
The press?
The press, okay. Yes.
People that have a different ethnicity than I have,
Okay.
and being able to talk to them about this topic in terms that they'll be receptive to. One of the things that I realized while doing work before the election was that it was not the right thing for me to be talking civil rights to an African American. It wasn't receptive, so I wasn't sure how to talk to them.
Okay, that's an interesting one. This talking with somebody of a different ethnicity or racial group than you, and not being sure what's the right way to talk with them, if what you thought might be a way to approach it, civil rights, wasn't going to work. And so I'm going to put race in here on that one. Yeah.
I guess the best way of describing this type of person
would be traditionalist, someone who believes that marriage should only be between a man and a woman, not for religious reasons, not really for political reasons, but it's just because that's the way it is, and there should be something else for gay and lesbian people, not marriage.
Okay, so it's the traditionalists are the ones who say civil union ought to be good enough? Yeah.
Strangers, somebody that you're meeting for the first time, say at an airport, you don't know where they're coming from.
Okay, total stranger. Great.
Yeah, the one I have is my mother's extended family, who are also, they're from the Middle East, and I don't have permission from my mother, but I want to have the conversation, so how can I create that?
Oh.
And they're in Turlock, even worse than that.
Turlock is a valley town out there. Okay. No permission. No, I'll just put down no permission to talk with them. Let me see if I can get somebody else, yeah.
Cultural too, which kind of fits into race and ethnicity. My sister works with